Because from this moment on, what?
It's always you plus one.
So, go on.
So what are we here to talk about? Well, it's really simple. You know, we were at an event almost a year ago now.
Do we have to bring that up?
Is that hard to believe? Man,
No, not a year ago, the event.
The fact is, we were at an event, and it was room full of world changers.
Well, I mean, literally.
I mean,
from around the world. That's not just a slogan.
Some of the best from around the world were there because they had such great stated intentions, such great desires of making such a positive impact on this planet. It was awesome. But there was something missing.
And here's the neat thing. So we were together. We went to the event together because we're too chicken to go by ourselves.
Well, it wasn't about that. It really wasn't about the event. It was about being together with somebody else so that you had your plus one to be able to do something with, to make change.
So you weren't
to make
worried
a difference.
about having to make an impression to
Right.
get the information.
Exactly. We were there working to go, how could we make a difference? Just like the other people in the room. And all of a sudden, we realized that one of the ways that we can make a difference is to leave the room. And we actually just sat together and said, what could we do if we just put our mind to it?
And we came up with this amazing idea. We were sitting down in the bar. We were having a beverage.
I call it the foyer, but you call it the bar.
And we came up with this idea, and we said, well, I came because of you. And you said, well, I came because of you. And we kind of said, if you're going, I'm going. And it hit us. You
plus one.
And that was a year ago. And it was so important that we went out and got web addresses at that time. But
as soon as YouPlus1 came up, I went, wait a second, I'll be right back. Went straight to GoDaddy and bought the URL. Why? Because it's ultimately about YouPlus1. Now, my stated desire, and it's been this way since 2003, is to positively impact 1 billion or more lives on the planet. Now, I know Sean's stated desire
is to be a better dad, better husband, but I can't do it by myself. I need you to be a part of that.
Well, and so what we realized is everybody in that room, to a person, has a huge stated desire to make a positive impact. And yet, as we were talking about it, nobody was willing to start with just one. And it really comes down to you plus one.
So we went, we really got into it. And we've been working on it for over a year.
Right.
And it's not that I don't want to say it's cataclysmic. It was epic. And now all of a sudden, it's starting to come to fruition because we realized how important every day since then. I don't know if there's a day we've not spoken.
No, I don't, and typically sometimes multiple times, because what we're doing is we're refining and defining and taking these moments and really understanding that this is more than just a couple guys coming together to pair their desires. It's a realization as we talk to other friends that, God, they never thought of it this way.
That's the cool part, right? Because whenever we ask somebody, they instantly say, or whenever we talk about it. So think about the last time you talked about something that inspired you. Instantly, in your brain, you went, you know who this would be great for? And that's what this triggered.
Yeah, it really did. And what's really cool is any great movement was started with a statement. I have a dream. Or be the change you want to see in the world. Or, you know what? Let's make a difference with YouPlus1. Can we do that? Yeah, we can.
I know we can. And because we're already doing it, we've been doing this for a year. And you were just at an amazing world-changing conference out in San Diego. And, I got to ask you, you listening to this right now, have you ever had an idea and you went to talk to some people who that you held in high esteem.
Yeah.
They weren't better than you. They weren't any different than you. But yet we all, right, my approval to addiction to approval, right?
That's
We
right.
we were worried, So you went to an event out in San Diego and you said, I got this idea.
Well, I actually said we have this idea, but the fact was that I shared the idea with somebody and they said, that's so awesome, we'd like to play. And I said, well, that'd be great. And they said, what are you doing for dinner? And I said, eating. Let's do it. And you don't get to be my size without eating. So anyway, the fact of the matter is we went out, and what she had arranged is 8 people to come to dinner. And
If you're ever going to be sabotaged, that's a good way to be.
It was like, oh my God.
Successfully sabotaged.
Exactly. And so there were 4 down one side of the table and 4 down the other side of the table. I happened to be at the end of the table because she was sitting there, and I said, well, why don't we talk about the idea?
Right.
And she turned to everybody and she said, okay, everybody, listen up. Scott's got something he wants to share with us. Now, I didn't know I wanted to share it, but evidently I did. And by the time I was done, all 8 said, you know what? We want to be part of this movement. We want to do what we can for you and your +1 to help them and their +1. It was so cool.
Well, you called me right away. I mean,
know.
and, again, we talk all the time, but this was a late call for you.
Right.
I knew you were in an event, and I'm like, dude, what's up? You're like, you won't even begin to imagine. He says, there's no way I'm sleeping tonight.
No, it was so crazy. All of a sudden, people are saying, well, we're flying from Denver, or we're flying from upstate New York. We're flying. And I said, we don't even have a date. They said, we don't care. We're going to be there. We said, we want to be part of this because we want to help others understand that we can make a positive impact in the planet with just you +1.
And so this is the concept. So we started off a year ago with a simple idea that is now manifesting itself through amazing connections. Right. You that's watching this right now, because the only reason that you are here is because we invited you, somebody else invited you.
Somebody shared this video. We encourage you to share this video.
So YouPlus1 is all about what?
It's all about starting a worldwide movement to understand we can positively impact this planet in so many ways. But it starts in every area of life with only one. If it's spiritual, you might disciple somebody. If you're in education, it might be a teacher. Or if you're in your professional side of your business, it might be a mentor. You see, every +1 in every area of life has got a name. The question is, have we really recognized that? And are we willing to be that +1 to somebody else? Are we willing to be that encourager, that that wall to bounce some things off of?
The resource, right?
The resource.
The well to go to. Because here's the thing. If you're watching this again, you've already jumped through some hoops because this is for a very unique avatar. And you've qualified for it. Now, I don't know what's going to happen from it. But the reason that you're here is because you find joy in sharing your wisdom, in sharing your experience, in giving. Right? There's behind this green screen that's now got this logo on it, has a wall full of ideas and things that we're going to be presenting and preparing for you. But one of the things that came up is this word significance.
Success is a wonderful thing. Kind of puts us on the hamster wheel of life, right? We get one and then we want another one, and we get one and we want another one. But significance is really the meaning behind those achievements. At some time, we become more mature in life. Code word for old, right? Hey, we gain a little few years, and all of a sudden we understand that it's really about the meaning and the give back. And one of the things that we get back from the give back is when we can impart what we've learned through our careers on other people, and then to see them do the same to somebody else. We can all be that +1 to somebody.
Well, we are every day.
We actually are.
Right.
The question is, do you recognize it?
And are you positive in it?
And are you taking the actions?
So, just, one of the things that people have been sharing with us is their amazing ideas, because it's allowed them to see their success in a whole new way. One of the things that, as you reach your pinnacles that constantly go up, right? Your base camps on success, right?
That's right.
Everest, is that everyone says, yeah, but it's no longer about me. It's about it. I have to give back, and that's what another reason that spawned this is.
Well, it is. It's so funny because we were talking about it, and all of a sudden we were just relating it. I know that I've written checks to 19 mentors over my career. And you got to do that. You got to invest in yourself, and you got to do. But the fact is, I remember saying, gosh, how do they do that? And now, fortunately, I'm able to do some of those same things.
Yep.
And you go, it's because somebody invested in me that I'm now able to invest in someone else. But what if we got more purposeful about that, more intentional, had a daily desire to be somebody's +1? What would the world look like if we would all do that? But see, we got to start with the one. We all want the billions. We all want the millions. We all want the. It comes down to you. Comes down to you.
We're each other's +1.
That's right.
We're inviting you to be the +1, and we let you pay it forward, right? We hear about these things, and they make wonderful memes on Facebook and
That's
Instagram. Right. Pay it forward. Be the change you want to see in the world. Enough. It's got to start somewhere. So we've drawn the line in the sand.
That's right.
And we said, it starts. So we're going to want you to start saving the date.
Early fall, like right after school starts, like maybe the middle of September might be a good time to block off a little time.
So
like a couple days.
Couple days, yeah.
Maybe a couple days.
Maybe a day that ends in a Y.
A day that ends in a Y.
That'd be good.
And then one that follows it.
Follows that.
Also
yes,
has a Y. And probably the evening in between would be pretty fun too.
Yeah, that will have some significance.
We'll probably do something there. It's going to be something unlike you've ever attended. I know you've heard that before, right? First time that's ever been said.
Yeah. But, so really, what are we going to do? Here's what happens. We said it can't be like anything else.
That's
now,
right.
We only know that because we've been to one or two events.
Everything else.
Yeah. So you're going to see some things that look awfully similar. Mm-hmm. I've been in the study of the human brain for so many years that the brain's going to look for two things. Is this going to kill me? And how fast can I recognize the pattern? You will recognize the pattern because the word event is there. I'd ask you to stop right there.
That's right.
Because after that, everything else is different. You will show up. There will be a fee. There will be education. There will be over-delivering.
Significant
of information. But that's every event you've been to. What's going to make this different is the way in which you incorporate it. The way in which it hits your soul.
The way we're going to encourage you to be a +1 as you get there. And even before you get there. And then after. We're going to have some of the best speakers. They're already committed. They're already excited. They're already making plans to make it one of the best events ever. Quite frankly, we set the rules in place. We wanted everything that the speakers love and nothing they hate. Because what we wanted is everything the attendees love and nothing they hate. This is going to be a different event. An awesome event. A really fun event.
You know what's going to make it neat is that there's you and then there's +1.
My +1, pretty damn good on stage, I got to tell you. Pretty fun to watch. It's going to be crazy. Just think of this being your hosts.
Plus Well, I don't know if we want to tell them how many that are coming yet.
No, we're not.
No.
No, we're gonna cap the number. This is going to be a significant yet capped event purposefully, because there's going to be things that happen. We're planning things that we've never seen before. Now, I've done 2,000 events myself, or maybe even more, and I don't know how many you've done, but heck, you've spoken in 30 countries. You've shared the stage with the best of the best. We are planning things that we have never seen done before. Now, again, I understand people say
So
that.
what happens if you do something that you've never done before? It could be the biggest non-successful event, but we're getting so much feedback that says people like you, people like the speakers that are on the board behind us, people who hear about it go, they're emailing us and Facebook messaging us going, wait a minute, you said this is only a VIP event, and how do I get a ticket to get in?
That's exactly it. It is a VIP only event. Only.
No.
There is no general admission to this event. This is only the best of the best. Not only presenting from stage, but filling the room. Think what that's going to be like.
Yeah, talk about a +1.
There's going to be a plus. Well, I'm not going to tell you the number, right? The fact of the matter is the quality in that room, not only from stage, but what we're going to do, what we're going to encourage, the fun we're going to have, the learning that's going to take place, the opportunities that will be presented, just the people around.
Well,
again, I'm excited. We got to get it going.
And so the key with any event is what happens after the event. So there's a whole new set of rules that we're in essence raising the bar. We're saying that there's no reason for you to ever go to an event and not get 10x, right? We hear that number thrown out everywhere. But there's got to be some hard proven results that change your life, that enhance your life, that create the legacy. Not because you came to the event, what are you doing from the event?
We've been talking all afternoon about our avatar. Who is this event for? It's for those who truly want to make a difference on the planet and maybe haven't been as fulfilled doing that as they'd like. Who else?
Well, so we came up with a whole list from coaches and speakers and trainers and influencers, but it came back to there's people in every walk of life who want to make a difference. That's a coincidence, right? That was a little angel showing up.
Yeah, really. All of a sudden they're trying to text us and they don't even know the video's done yet. It's amazing.
But it's about being fulfilled
right
in what you do and knowing that you've made a difference. Like we can all made an impact.
Yeah. See, I talk about it in my coaching a lot. I had a coaching client who had an amazing book, and she was comparing it to something else that was on the bestseller list, which was not a quality book versus hers. And it came down to, is it about fame or is it about impact? And ultimately, it's about impact in the planet, because if we make enough impact, fame's a possibility. If you go after fame, it's fleeting and it can go away. Mother Teresa said, if you can't feed 100, feed one. Such great wisdom, which is why it's about you plus one. If we can just get this started and just really start to impart some wisdom and experience in years. A lot of times we might be in that generation that at least one of us might be in that generation that we get told, you don't seem to understand millennials. Quite frankly, I think I understand millennials pretty well. You know what they want? Significance. They want to do something of importance and they want to do it right now. And they don't want to take the butt kickings we've had along the way. Well, guess what? If we come together with them, do you understand we can share some of the wisdom from the butt kickings to allow them to gain that significance. And when we do that together, think what the world's going to be like.
Yeah, when we talked about that in our strategy sessions, about how this is creating a true mentorship relationship.
Right.
Now, my bride and I have been married for 18 years. She mentors me every day. And I mean that with love and respect, not the, hey, listen, I'm the head, but she's the neck, and no. That's true. But there's this wisdom of we're raising a child that needs to be able to respond, respect, understand the world that we're not living in as an 8th grader for him. And so, in essence, he's our plus one that we get to mentor. We listen as much as we teach to him. And that's what this event is about. There's going to be some incredible speakers who will share their wisdom, their experience. You will always incorporate it. But imagine being at an event where you get to sit with one of your best friends and say, wow. And you look at each other's notes and they're completely visionarily different, if that's a word. It's like, and we heard the same person. But we've been able to do so much from that.
Right. I mean, we sit and just get together, and it's so interesting. From the time that we made this decision, it was in an instant we made the decision we were going to do an event and then go from there. Now, it has taken some time to put that together because it's a process of bouncing ideas off each other to understand exactly what we're working to accomplish and who we're working to serve. But ultimately, what we're working to serve is our plus one's desire to make a positive impact.
We just didn't realize how big the onion was.
It's a big onion.
Or how deep it goes, either way you think about it, because we were at a world-class event when this got triggered.
Absolutely.
World-class people. I mean, you probably have one of their books, a couple of their different books on your shelf.
Easily.
And so we were sitting there and said, there was something missing. And it wasn't that it wasn't amazing, but there was this hole that all of a sudden together we kind of felt, and we said, man, we should have had somebody else here. And that's when we said, well, it was about you. And that's when this whole thing came up. So what is it about you that's missing? What is it about you that if you could spend a day and 2 days, what if you were on a mission for the rest of your life about making the world better for you and your family, your plus ones?
And those that you want to impact. There's not a single person that I've ever met who's achieved anything of any relatively great status that doesn't have a bent towards giving back, towards being of service, towards taking what they have and what they've learned and sharing it with others to be of service. And again, so much that it's like they've got these big dreams, but they never get started because it's all about the big dreams. It's not about the one. And so when we were sitting there, it was like this duh moment. I mean, all of a sudden it was like, it's really about just you plus one. But how about you plus one times 1,000,000? Now we got something. See, it all starts with the plus one. And that's why we want you involved, to join us for 2 days. It might be in the middle of September. You might want to save the dates. Nice evening in between with some fun and frolic and some great speakers and guests and so many things. We promise you there will be things you've never seen before.
Welcome to You Plus One.
God bless you. Look forward to seeing you there.
Cool. Take one.